This is the U.S. bishops collectively going through things. So I'm going to highlight it as we go forward, that this faithful citizenship is for forming consciences, and that the bishops state that what we intend to do is that we have a teaching document on the political responsibility, again, responsibility of Catholics, which provides guidance for all who seek to exercise their rights and duties as citizens so that we can learn how to go forward in that. Pope Francis recently wrote that your identification with Christ and his will involves a commitment to build with him that kingdom of love, of justice, and universal peace. You cannot grow in holiness without committing yourself, body and soul, to giving your best to this endeavor, okay? And that's one of the things with which we have a responsibility to do. There's very little that can be done in complaining about society and not being a part of what we could do to make that well. Of course, we have our own faults and failings, and people are saying that about us and vice versa. Hopefully we can hold that accountable. Same thing in our spiritual life. It doesn't always do a whole lot of good just to complain and gossip about somebody if we're not going to pray for them or not be aware of plenty of reasons people would be doing that about us too, right? It says the call to holiness, and there's a universal call to holiness, brings about a firm and passionate defense of the innocent unborn, the lives of the poor, the destitute and abandoned, underprivileged, that convert people away from programs of euthanasia and that the infirm are not valued, victims of human trafficking and new forms of slavery and every form of rejection, right? That people reject each other, right? And the Catholic social teaching helps us to understand and make applications to different things such as migration, xenophobia, you know what xenophobia is, of course, hopefully, racism, which is a form of that, abortion, global conflict, and care for creation. And to go back to a homily I did about a week and a half ago, it stated right from the outset of the preeminent issue of things and gets back to that first theme of social teaching, the right to life. Bishops state, the threat of abortion remains our preeminent priority because it directly attacks life itself, because it takes place within the sanctuary of the family, and because of the number of lives destroyed. At the same time, we cannot dismiss or ignore other serious threats to human life and dignity, such as racism, the environmental crisis, poverty, and the death penalty, right? That there's numerous things that are going on, and again, there's building blocks to them, which should follow logically. Logic is such an important concept in understanding the faith. You can't have problems of poverty or problems of immigration or problems of racism unless people are actually alive to even have those problems. That's just premised off each other, and that's why that comes first and foremost.